people often ask me, like, if I go through a breakup and it's hitting me really hard, like, do you love yourself? And I'm like, yeah, I love myself. But maybe the question is, do you believe in yourself? Because sometimes the connotations of that question can affect the same things that these people are relating to the fact of whether or not you love yourself, right? Let me give you an example. When I love someone, whether it's a close friend or an artist or a romantic partner, but this usually manifests through a romantic partner, I will just, somehow that person becomes the most beautiful, handsome, like talented person with the most potential in this world, like, and I see them as someone I can learn from. I see them as someone who like can guide me on what is right and wrong. I see them as someone I can believe in. I see them, they become my world. You know, this yeah, like that. So then we have me, who definitely believes in myself to a certain extent and loves myself to a certain extent. Like, if someone comes to me and is like, you suck, you'll never make it, I'll be like, bitch, let me show you, like, I'm gonna surpass you. Like, I have that ego. I don't know if it's a Kashmiri or Latina or just a personality thing, that's there. I love myself enough to defend myself. I love myself enough to understand myself. I love myself enough to forgive myself, ABCD. But I have this crippling perfectionism. Like, you know, I don't finish the song because I can't make it as perfect as I want it to be. I didn't start crowdfunding when my friend said to start crowdfunding because I was like, I haven't done enough yet for people to want to back me, and I need to somehow get comfortable enough to release some things. And then, but it's like, which could be right logically, but just some people wouldn't even think twice, you know? I'm always trying to self-improve, psychologically analyze myself, see how to become a better person, how I could have acted in that situation better. If I do something wrong, I feel really guilty. Yeah. So I have this kind of crippling perfectionism that kind of gives me imposter syndrome, which we already know that the world has pushed upon women more so than men. There's a gender factor there. And self-doubt and having to prove to myself that I'm good enough when there's someone else out there who never even thought twice about if they sounded nice or if they're doing something nice. And they're just like, I'm gonna do it. And I think that's what you need in this industry. You need that overconfidence that sometimes borders on narcissism. But it's useful because everyone else is going to tell you you suck. So at least you have to tell yourself that you don't. If you yourself have to prove to yourself that you're good enough or have certain self-doubts, but then you automatically give this grace and this blind faith to someone who you love and respect, right? That automatically creates an imbalance in the power structure and kind of in the dynamics of the relationship. Because this person's here, right? They're perfect, they can do no wrong, they're going to achieve, you know, the universe. And then you're here having to prove yourself that you can even take that first step. So how can things be balanced in emotions, you know? Crippling perfectionism versus blind faith. If you hold this person so high, you see them as this person who can do no wrong, but you yourself are constantly having to prove to yourself, then automatically when there's fights that happen, you're going to feel guilty, or you're going to allow them to do certain things more because you give them this belief or this faith or these excuses because they're the right person. And then lastly, if they do believe it will somehow affect your confidence more because they've just like proved that self-doubt right. Maybe you do love yourself. But if you have this kind of more logic-leaning brain where you've taught yourself to be practical in life, or that you have to prove yourself and work hard and stay humble, which is what many of us have been taught by our parents, which is a good thing, somehow that can be affecting the relationships in your life in the same way as like this lack of self-love. So maybe if somebody would have explained to you it in this way, it would have clicked.